Moscow, winter of 5047. It has been just weeks since a 16-year-old Ivan Vasilyevich crowned himself Tsar of all the Russians. The first ruler in Russian history to bear that sacred title, Ivan IV was born in 1530 in the winter shadows of a fragile empire. He was only 3 years old when his father died and just 8 when his mother, Elena Glinskaya, was poisoned. After her death, the boy became a ghost in his own court. He was not raised, he was abandoned. The boyars, the powerful nobles of Russia, ruled in his name but treated him like a pawn. They beat him, mocked him, starved his servants, and ignored his tears. And he remembered. At just 16, he claimed his revenge not with a sword, but with a crown. He crowned himself not Grand Prince, but Tsar of all the Russias. The first of his kind. His coronation was a spectacle of divine authority, a ceremony to declare that he ruled not by nobility's grace but by God's will. For a time, the empire saw a different Ivan. He passed reforms, organized the military, and gave Russia a glimpse of greatness. But it did not last. His wife Anastasia Romanovna, the only person he ever loved or trusted, died. Ivan believed she was poisoned too. Whether she was or not, her death broke something inside him that would never heal from that moment. Ivan turned not to mourning, but to terror. He created the Oprichnina estate within a state, where he reigned as absolute ruler, free from law, free from mercy. He filled it with the Oprichniki, black-robed horsemen who carried dog heads on their saddles, symbols of their loyalty and their hunger to hunt traitors. They became his secret police, his executioners, his instruments of fear. The city of Novgorod learned what that meant. Ivan suspected it of treason, of siding with his enemies in Lithuania. He rode there with his army, and for 5 long weeks, he turned the city into a grave. Thousands were executed. Priests were tortured. Women were drowned along with their children. Boiling water was poured into the mouths of merchants accused of betrayal. The Fokhov River turned red. The cathedral bells were silenced. And in the snow, Ivan rode through the carnage, calm, unflinching, godlike, but his fury did not spare even his own blood. In 1581, in a moment of rage, he struck his eldest son, the Tsarevich, with an iron staff. The blow shattered the prince's skull. Ivan fell to his knees, weeping, begging the boy to rise. He rocked him like a child. But the silence that followed was the same silence that had followed his mother's death, his wife's death, and emptiness that no power could escape. Ivan aged quickly after that. His body became fragile, bent, and weak. His teeth rotted. His skin turned pale. But his mind, though clouded by guilt and madness, never lost its edge. In 1584, he sat down to play chess in his chambers. The same chambers where he had once ordered thousands of deaths. He moved a piece. And then he collapsed. There was no scream, no warning, no final decree. Just silence. As if history had finally run out of breath. He was buried in the Cathedral of St. Michael. The people mourned him or feared him still. Maybe both. He left behind an empire soaked in terror, an orphan dynasty, and a legacy that still makes Russia shiver. They called him Ivan the Terrible, not for what he built, but for what he destroyed, for the scars he carved into every soul who dared to live in his shadow. Some say he was a madman. Others say he was brilliant. Some claim he spoke to demons. Others believe he became one. But one truth remains. He ruled like a god, and died like a man. And in the dark beneath the Kremlin where the walls still remember, the silence endures.